Rip-off, indeed. September 21, 2020 by Anna von Reitz. I just filed a rebuttal to the rip-off report filed by some member of the Reign of the Heavens Society, one of the three principal teams of con artists assailing and trying to misrepresent the states and people. It never fails that the process of projecting one's own guilt on others leads these offenders to accuse innocent parties of doing exactly what they are doing themselves, attempting to rip off the American people and mislead them into supporting more fraud against their own interests. In case it has missed the notice of many readers, there are trillions of dollars up for grabs. Your national credit, now standing at more than $25 trillion, 20,000 tons of gold confiscated by the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Administration, all the American gold transported to the Philippines for safekeeping prior to the 1906 bankruptcy, your stock portfolios and ownership interests in the Fortune 500 and thousands of other corporations around the world, and the value and ownership of your land assets, are all on the line. That's why these shady organizations like the Reign of the Heavens Society and Russell J. Gold's PSYOP, and the United States of North America, are popping up like mushrooms. The rest of the world wasn't left as ignorant by their public school system as you were. And the United Nations Corporation which engineered all this, is sitting in the background, still hoping to claim that America is abandoned, and that the Americans all disappeared circa 1860, and have left the entire country and everyone in it up for grabs, subject as chattel for the debts that the United Nations Corporation and its franchises. In other words, you and your children and your grandchildren have been targeted as the goats. The other countries were all supposed to get a piece of your abandoned pie, your land, your national credit, your homes, your businesses. They've been standing on the doorstep, trying to sell this bourgeois and use it as an excuse to divvy up America, like a giant wheel of cheese. You have to ask yourselves, if any of these organizations were ever legitimate, why are they all incorporated? Who do they really belong to? Why didn't they come forward and bring these issues and these assets to your attention? Because they were intent on commandeering our assets, latching them, and using them as chattel to pay their own debts, just as the original Scottish interloper did back in 1868. It isn't in their interests to explain anything to you or help you to bring forward your own claims to your own assets. Instead, they operate under the Roman civil law and its maxim, let him who will be deceived, be deceived. If they can trick you again into accepting their stories and their British territorial substitutes, instead of owning your own assets and self-governing your own states of the Union, they will be more than happy to do the job for you and act, in your names, to do so. But if you are wise, and I hope you all are, you will be even more determined to reclaim your birthrights and have control of your own lives and assets, and put all the public employees in their proper places. If you want your share of what is owed to America and Americans, and if you care about your security and prosperity and that of your children and grandchildren for the next 100 years, don't waste any more time or effort on any other thing. Just upend your anchor and sail home. Go to www.theamericanstatesassembly.net and get started today. Your state assembly needs you. Important decisions are being made. Only those who are willing to self-govern can prevail. Links to Anna's articles and resources can be found in the video description box. Thank you for subscribing, liking and sharing.